Yes, welcome to my AEW Dynamite wrap up, delayed on three separate occasions, as Johnny La has just pointed out. Thank you, Johnny La. Yes, really sorry about that, folks. Story of why it took so long. Basically, long story short, I ended up going to my family's house last night, and the celebrations and wonderment went on slightly longer than was expected, to say the least. And then basically, hey, Mystical, how you doing, lad? You all right? Yeah, basically, long story short, the family gathering lasted slightly longer than it should have done, so I couldn't do last night's live stream, unfortunately. Then I was going to review AEW Dynamite whilst I was at work, but work was basically, it looked pretty much like that thing that Jeff Goldblum found in Jurassic Park that had fallen out of the back of the dinosaur. It was awful. Absolutely horrendous, basically. So, long story short, I couldn't start actually watching Dynamite like literally 2 days later till it was about 9 o'clock this evening. As you guys know, I usually make just bear me a second. I usually make all my notes, if I can even find it, on this little thing, my laptop. I haven't even made any notes. They're in this lovely drawing pad. If you can read that, you're doing better than I can. So I'm pretty much doing this by the seat of my pants. So yeah, I'm not sure how good of the quality it's going to be tonight. And for anyone that's watching on YouTube podcast, which this will be on as per usual, and it will also be on YouTube videos. So I apologise about the lack of quality. So we're just going to have to do this on the fly, basically. And I'm sure we can talk about other bits and pieces as well. And we could also talk about what I'm going to drink tonight because I have the night off and I shall be indulging in the wine, not on the live stream, of course. Although I'm very, very tempted to drink a bottle of wine whilst we do the live stream. That probably isn't the best idea I've ever had. Let me just take my hood off. There you go. Yeah, let me just read. I'm great, mate. Almost at 200 subscribers, growing slowly but getting there. Mystical. Right. What I'll do, mate, I'm writing it in my diary now. I will subscribe to you. There we go. I've got your little. Got it there. Yeah. As soon as I've done this, mate, I'll get subscribed. I didn't know you had a channel, mate. Actually, well, I knew you had a channel. Obviously, you subscribe to me. Is it mostly like Liverpool stuff? Yeah, just give us a shout, mate, and I'll have a look straight after I've done this, mate. Yeah, right. So, off the top of my head, basically, yes. What am I doing again? Oh, yes, AEW Dynamite. That's the one. Right. So, it was Blood and Guts. I can't see anything anymore. Oh, have I? Am I still not on? Have I gone? Just a black screen. It shouldn't be. Let me have a look. No, I think I'm still on, as far as I know. I'm just having a look at my YouTube on my laptop. Yeah, I'm still on Mystical. Pass. Not too sure, mate. Let me just have a look. Yeah, this isn't going to be the most organised thing tonight, is it? Let me have a look. Live reaction. I'm just going to try and see if I'm on my actual laptop. Great start this is. Yeah, guys, I'm going to get into what happened in a minute. I'm just checking that I am actually still on. If I'm not, I'll just... That's really weird. I can see myself. That's surreal. I'm actually looking at myself now. Yeah, no, I'm still on Mysticals, to be honest. So I'm not too sure. I'm literally looking at myself now. Yeah, that's really weird. Actually, I'm going to stop doing that. Yes, folks. So basically, it was AEW Blood and Guts. So it's the one that they do each year. So basically, it's like the I don't know, it'd be like WWE's version of Extreme Rules, only very ECW-ified. And they went a bit ECW with this. In fact, it probably went over some episodes of ECW I've ever seen. You can tell Tony Khan was obviously a disciple of ECW. It was pretty insane, absolutely insane. So there was a woman's blood and guts match, and also a men's blood and guts match. So there was the Death Riders. Yeah, I don't know, Mystical. Like I said, I'm definitely on. I'll have another look. Just bear me a second. Definitely on. I'll have another look. Just bear me a second. Yeah, I think it might be you, Mystical, to be honest. Oh, right, okay, fair enough. What was I saying before? Right, cool. So yeah, basically it was AEW Blood and Guts. So there was the women's match. I'll try and remember off the top of my head. There was Willa Nightingale, Harley Cameron. I can't remember any of the babyface side. Tony Storm against Mercedes, Megan Bain, Tekla, Sky Blue, Marina Shafir, and a few other people. Here we go. So I gave you your first like. Oh, thank you, Rachel. That's very nice of you. Thank you very much. Yeah, like I said first, I'm totally unprepared for this. So I'm sorry if this sounds absolutely rubbish. Thank you, Rachel. That's very, very nice of you. So we had that. There was the men's blood and guts match with the conglomeration against the Death Riders. There was also Hangman Page against Powerhouse Hobbs. So I think there was only 3, maybe 4 matches in total, because obviously the blood and guts match used to take like an hour and 10 minutes. So I think in total there were 2 like blood and guts matches that went for about 2 hours 30 minutes, something like that. And then the Hangman and Page thing went on for a bit, and there was a segment with FTR, and also for the older people amongst us, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was on it. Yes, as in that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. So I was well happy to see him, because he was one of my favourites when I was a little boy. Oh, thank you, Rachel. Oh, that's very, very kind of you. Thank you for subscribing to me. Have I had a good day? I'm having a very good day now, Rachel. Now I'm talking to you guys, and with the promise of a takeaway and red wine after this, because it's been a very, 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 very long week. So yes, I wasn't good earlier, but I'm fine now. Thank you very much. It sounds great. Right now, I upload Liverpool YouTube show. Oh, nice one, Mr. Cole. As in, like, is it your own commentary on it? Hey, I'm him. You're not gonna get me. You're not gonna get me, son. Hi, mate. How you doing? You're all right. Meta man. How you doing, pal? Nice to see you again. Yeah, Mystical. Do you do like Is it your own commentary on it? Oh, happy birthday, Rachel, as well. Just let us know, Mystical, and I'll read it out. Yeah, so basically, we started off with the women's blood and guts match. Even if you guys are all WWE fans, you don't really watch AEW. Or even if you are just football fans and Liverpool fans or whatever, can I recommend the women's blood and guts match? I couldn't even begin to describe it. I'm going to look through my slightly dyslexic notes and try and read what was on, what actually happened basically, but it was insane. It's probably one of the best pro wrestling matches that I've seen this year. Basically, it was absolute bedlam. So much that happened in it. So I do a top 10 at the moment, where basically I do like match of the year, because I'm going to do like some sort of like random like wrestling award show at the end of the year. Same thing with Liverpool as well, for the Liverpool fans, of who I know there's several. So I'm going to do like a end of year Liverpool awards, which, judging by the way that we're going this season, probably won't take that long a ones for. I'm just going to try and have a look at my diary and like read out to you. Award-winning technology, this, because literally I just can't remember half the stuff that went on it. There was, yeah, yes, I was going to say there was a bit towards the end because obviously in the blood and guts matches, it's kind of like it's sort of like a Raw Rumble, but in a steel cage, essentially. So you get two people coming out, and then another person comes out. So there's a 2-on-1 advantage, and then you get 2-on-2, and blah 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 until eventually there's 5 versus 5 people in like two lots of cages, basically. So it's pretty much like War Games in WWE, more or less. Um, but a lot more bloodier and a lot more violent, which is someone who grew up in the Attitude Era, who was a bit of an ECW hardcore fan. It is very, very cool for me. So I'm just going to read some of the bits out that actually happened. Honestly, some of these are just ridiculous, basically. Tony Storm, who now is in a clown uniform with clown paint for some reason, like all the time, uh, broke a champagne bottle and started basically stabbing the other wrestlers with it. um, Marina Shafir, I've got is quality. Do you know what? If you haven't seen Marina Shafir, obviously if you do know AEW, basically she's the heavy for the Death Riders. And yeah, guys, I will read out the comments in a minute. Just bear me a second. I'm just going to get through this first bit first because it's like really complicated. I can't read my own writing. Yeah, quality programming. This is. Willa Nightingale was really good. Harley Cameron did this hilarious thing where, and if anyone has seen AEW, she's got basically Harley Cameron does this weird thing with like puppets, um, and she's actually got a Mercedes Monet, FKA Sasha Banks. For those of you who haven't put two and two together, she's got like a sock puppet of Mercedes Monet as well. Um, and there was this really weird bit where she gets the puppet in the middle of the ring and starts like doing this to like Mercedes. Mercedes rips it out of her hand and basically throws it on the ground. But Harley Cameron's actually got, I don't even know what it was. I think she had glass as well or somewhere, or like brass knuckles. Basically drills Mercedes Monet in the middle of like the middle of her head, basically knocks her clean out. Shout out to Tekla as well. Again, if you guys are more WWE inclined, for the AEW people watching, you know who Tekla is. Can I recommend watching Tekla? My wrestler of the year, without a shadow of a doubt, for either WWE, AEW, or anything that I've seen. I think she's absolutely brilliant, and they need to make her the women's world champion. And if she keeps going, I would imagine that there will be a phone call from Greenwich in the next 18 months because she is that good, basically. She did this thing where her and Julia Hart, so they're on the same team, obviously they're the Triangle of Madness. Um, they basically it was like, I don't know if you guys have seen Scream. I'm assuming some of you have seen Scream. By the way, that's what I'm watching tonight with my bottle of wine. I'm going to watch Scream 3, if anyone's interested. I don't know why I've just told you that. Anyway, there was these really small holes in the cage that Julia Hart and not Mercedes, but Tekla managed to crawl out of. And I was thinking to myself, what the hell are they doing? So they crawl out the ring, and then like the you know when you've got like a referee outside of the cage, basically they're carrying on arguing with the referee, and Julia Hart's trying to distract him, and all of a sudden Tekla does the flips herself over and does the spider walk. So if you've not seen her before, she basically does the same sort of thing that Bray Wyatt used to do. You know when he used to hang up beside the ring like that, sort of, it was a really crappy demonstration. And he used to do a spider walk across the ring. That's what Tekla does. So she's doing this towards the back of the referee, and I was like, what the hell is she doing? And then Julia basically spins the referee around, and Tekla just spears him out of his basically his shoes. Um, and then they try and open the cage door, which was a bit weird. I didn't really understand that bit. But as they were opening the cage door, literally you've got Mercedes throwing out Chris Statlander, um, they're throwing out Willa Nightingale, and then literally when I say throwing out, they're bouncing them off the ring steps into the ring. But then throwing them back outside. It was absolute chaos. Honestly, fair play to the girls in this match. They must have been battered, bruised, beaten up the works. Absolutely bloody insane. What else happened? There was a table spot with Mercedes Monet and Chris Statlander. I'll just say watch it because it was just insane. Um, there was a bit where Tony Storm basically got smashed in the face with a full length mirror by Marina Shafir. So as you can hear by this, it wasn't the most technically scientific match of all time. There was this insane bit where Mina I always end up calling her Mina Shakira. I'm just going to call her Mina Shakira because I can never pronounce the woman's name suddenly. She managed to put Megan Bain. I'm trying to think how best to describe this. So you know a figure four, obviously, is Charlotte Flair and her famous father Ric Flair used to do. When you put the person in the figure four, obviously, like it's implied that you've got pressure on the legs and this, that, and the other. Um, Mina managed to put Megan Bain in the figure four, but attached a steel bat to her leg and crushed it up against Megan Bain's leg. It sounds a lot more cooler than the way I've just described it, but I can't think of a better way of describing it. Basically, it was absolute. It was just bedlam, absolute bedlam. Um, and then towards the end of the match, there was a bit where Mina Shafir, Marina Shafir, basically, because she does when she fights, she does like MMA style, so she does it barefooted, basically with like strapping tape around her feet. She basically tramples all over this like shattered champagne bottle. Um, yeah, I should probably mention that Tony Storm then smashed a champagne bottle that went all over the ring floor, and then basically Marina Shafir, with basically no shoes or socks on, which looks painful as you know what, tramples over the bottles, um, and then starts grabbing Mina. I'm just going to call her Mina because just cannot pronounce her surname for love nor money, basically. She starts driving ahead and like pushing her head into this bottle. And obviously, I know it's gimmicked and it's like fake and wrestling's not real. But there's only so much that you can gimmick. And I mean, those bottles are likely to. It's probably more likely to be some sort of like synthetic or a plastic or something like that. Something along those lines. It's obviously not going to be real glass. Except it did look a lot like real glass, to be completely honest. So I'm just like, what's she doing? And eventually, she lifts her leg up and then basically smashes her foot into Mina's face that goes into the champagne bottle and literally there's blood coming out all over the place. She's got bits in her eye, this, that, and the other. And the whole thing ended when basically all the girls, because at that point, Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron like nowhere to be seen. Um, and all the other girls have got Tony Storm tied up. And basically, Marina Shafir puts Nina Shikawara. I'm really glad I hadn't started drinking before I pronounced that. Basically, she puts her in this like chokehold with the glass all over her, and like it. Basically, in the end, Tony Storm had to throw in the towel because obviously, in the story, she and like Mina are like best mates and this, that, and the other. And basically, she had to like throw in the towel to Aubrey Edwards, who was obviously the referee, as an act of mercy, basically. And then the heel team, basically, obviously Mercedes Monet, basically beat the living tar out of both women. And I am fully aware that was not the greatest description of a wrestling match I've ever seen. I struggle with wrestling descriptions as it is. I'm really good writing them down. I'm not so good at describing them, so I'm aware that that was horrendous. But folks, like I said, even if you're not a big pro wrestling fan, even if you just watch me because you watch Liverpool stuff, honestly, do yourself a favour. Just watch the women's blood and guts match. Even if you're not a massive wrestling fan, you will be completely and utterly engulfed in it. Honestly, it's probably top five best wrestling matches that I've seen this year. Like I said, the men's was good as well, but like I'll just say for now, I thought the women's match was like lights out brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Crowd was really good as well because it came from not Green Bay, not North Carolina, as in the Greensboro Coliseum, where obviously Flair and the Horsemen did all the wrestling back in the day. So obviously it's a very, very famous arena, and they were really into it. They were really good. Um, then we had a bit of a match with Hangman versus Powerhouse Hobbs. By the way, most of you who are young people would have seen this week, even if you're not wrestling fans. So there's a meme that's already been created of Hangman Adam Page, and I'm sure some of you who are young, way younger than me, must have seen this, where Powerhouse Hobbs has got Hangman on the announce desk, so where Shivani and Excalibur and Brian Danielson is doing the commentary, obviously. Um, and he's doing it as in he's about to suplex Hangman, but Hangman, I, I don't know how he did it, to be honest. He basically flips Powerhouse Hobbs, but it's the highest I have ever seen anyone flip over a table. Because obviously people have done that for years and years and years. It's staple of wrestling. But Powerhouse Hobbs, no word of lie, if you've not seen it, try and check it out. Just put in Powerhouse Hobbs table spot, Hangman Adam Page, something along those lines. I don't think I've ever seen a wrestler, bearing in mind Hobbs is a big, 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 big bloke. I wouldn't be splitting his pint, I'll tell you that right now. He's got to be 6'4", 300 pounds, rock solid muscle, not an ounce flab on him. Absolute beefcake of a man. I have never seen any wrestler in my life go that high from a table spot. And it was pretty dangerous as well because as Powerhouse went over the side, he's cleared it, but the back of his spine just touches the end of the announce desk. So if him and Paige had messed that up slightly more than, excuse me first, if they'd messed it up slightly more than I suspect they kind of messed it up, they could have been in serious, serious, serious crap. Because, I mean, from that length, if you hit the corner of an announce desk in your spine, I mean, obviously you don't have to watch wrestling to know. I mean, you could end up paralysing yourself. So I would have thought possibly one or two of the road agents, maybe Tony Khan, probably had a bit of a word with both lads, to be honest. I mean, the rest of the match was perfectly fine. Hangman went over. Oh god, yeah, no, there was the thing as well where on the table, so they end up battling to the outside of the ring and they go up into the actual crowd. And there was this bit where Hangman takes this running jump from the crowd steps and ends up running into Powerhouse Hobbs, if I could even say it. And he flips over like the audience barrier. So you know when you've got a balcony and you're watching a concert, Powerhouse Hobbs goes over that and ends up going into this bloody electronic speaker. And I mean, again, it's gimmick because all the lights went out and um, like you can see sparks of electricity, which that's obviously not going to be real as electricity because you can't really have wrestlers being electrocuted on live TV and dying because you would imagine the FCC in America would have something to say about that, especially at the minute. Shame they don't say more about the president. Anyway, let's not get onto that. So yeah, that spot was insane. Samoa Joe and then Shibata came out. Started battering away at Hangman, and then Eddie Kingston and Hook came out and basically stopped Hangman from being assaulted. And then Hangman basically said to Joe, if you wanted a steel cage match, that was another thing because Joe started asking someone for the cage to come down, right? So it's the cage that they've just had the women's match in, I presume. And I'm just sat there and I'm like, who was he getting to move the cage down? I mean, what did he do? Did he threaten the pyrotechnics guy? Like, I mean, I know wrestling is obviously suspension of disbelief. Obviously, I do get that, and I understand that. I've been watching wrestling for nearly 30 odd years, 40 years nearly, and I get that there's some logic leaks, but it's like some bloke who's assaulting another bloke shouting to a bloke in the rafter saying, pull the cage down. If I'm the bloke with the rope, I'm sat there going, "No, you're all right." I mean, who makes that decision? Who was it? I mean, actually, to be fair, that is a part. I did think that there might be someone who ends up joining Samoa Joe's group because it's kind of like, who would you get to do that if not another wrestler? Because it's obviously not going to be. I mean, obviously in real life it is the stage and sound guy, but yeah, no, I just thought that was a bit of a logic leap, to be honest, for me. Swig of Liverpool water for the working one. I'm going to read your comments in a minute, folks. Just bear me a second. Honestly, I cannot wait till this is wine. I might even start drinking with all you guys, which would be a very, very bad idea because on occasion, your boy can drink. On occasion, when I'm allowed. Yeah, so the bit before the men's match, so their Blood and Guts match, there was this really cool spot with FTR and who came out to help FTR. So they're doing promos for the match with Bro Dido because they've got a tag match with Bro Dido, who technically I've just forgot their names, and Brody King and Bandido, who make Bro Dido. I shouldn't forget that because Brody King is one of my favourite people in the world due to his choice of t-shirts. And I'm not going to beat about the bush. He wears a t-shirt sometimes called Abolish ICE, of which I am fully supportive, and I make no apologies about saying that on my channel whatsoever. If anyone disagrees, tough, it's my channel, go away. Anyway, so, yeah, I was just trying to think. So, FTR actually managed to get Ricky the Dragon Steamboat to come out. And obviously, Ricky, for the older fans, the older fans will know, Ricky was like one of the best professional wrestlers of all time. So obviously, started in the early 70s. He had an amazing feud with Ric Flair in WCW and all the territories wrestling. I mean, I'm going back years and years and years and years ago. So before WWE, obviously, there were, if you don't know, basically, there were territories. So you had the Carolinas, you had New York, you had, I don't know, Boston, Philadelphia, Texas, blah 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 blah, all these different things, and you had all the different territories like Jim Crockett Promotions, um, not Greensboro Wrestling. I've completely forgot what it was called. Anyway, the point is, there used to be a load of territories, and then one day a certain person called Vincent Kennedy McMahon came along and basically swallowed them all up and put them all out of business. Despite what Vince McMahon said, yes, he did put them out of business. And yeah, there was a reason I was telling you that. I've completely forgot what the reason was. Yeah, that was it. So Ricky would work there with Ric Flair back in the day. Then he went to WWE with the same gimmick, Ricky Dragon Steamboat. I think he went back to WCW, possibly. And then he worked as a road agent. Those of you who are a bit younger than me, if you remember the WrestleMania where Mickey Rourke was in it, so Mickey Rourke had just done The Wrestler with Darren Afronsky, also someone's name that I can never pronounce. And he ended up coming to WrestleMania because Chris Jericho challenged him to do something or other. I think he was just challenging to fight, but for some inexplicable reason, WWE booked a handicap match with, I'm trying to think who the hell it was, possibly Roddy Piper, God rest his soul. By the way, kids, the kids who are watching, if you want to see some old school wrestling, type in after me, Roddy Piper, one of the best professional wrestlers, promo speakers that you will ever see in the history of your life. The man was brilliant, genius, sensational. Do it. And then I'm trying to think who else it was. So there was three of them. I don't think it was Tully or Arn. But anyway, long story short, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was in it. And honestly, even at that age, I mean, that WrestleMania must have been 14, 15 years ago. Because Mickey Rourke ended up playing Whiplash in Iron Man 2. Sorry, I'm such a geek. About a year after, I think, because Rourke was really hot at the time before it became the slightly hot mess that he was on Big Brother. And yeah, basically, long story short, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat was 58, 59 when he did this match with Jericho. And honestly, the man put on a clinic. It was an absolute exhibition. I mean, he was moving like a 25-year-old lad. Anyway, the whole point of that was FTR bring him out, start insulting him, this, that, and the other, and then they beat Ricky down. Brodido come in for the save, and then Ricky the Dragon Steamboat actually did some of his old school like Oriental chops from back in the day that he used to do in the 80s, which made me smile because I used to like him and he did it as a kid. After I've waffled, for so long. Before I do the men's match, I'm just going to look at the comments, guys, because I'm aware I'm being incredibly rude. So let me just have a look. Yeah, just to Rachel again, happy birthday and thank you for the sub. Yeah, shout out to you. Mystical Red. I don't use my voice on the videos usually. I just make call clips on the upload. Oh, nice one, nice one. Like I said, but I'm gonna as soon as I've done this, I will subscribe to you. In fact, I'll tell you what, mate. Let's see if we can do something live. Because you should be on my thingy list, hopefully. Let me just. Right, why can I not? Right, Red, I'm actually trying to go onto your channel whilst I'm on, which is. Can I do that? Young people, help me out. Can I actually do that? Am I being really stupid? I suspect I'm really, really stupid on. Right, Mystical, I will subscribe to you after, so I will find some way of doing it. Because obviously I know your address. In fact, let me just write it down, do it properly. Sorry, folks, just bear me a second. If you're wondering, guys, if you're watching me on the video, which will be released when this processes, and if you're listening on YouTube sounds, basically one of my good buddies on here, Mr. Red, I'm going to subscribe to his channel, so I'm just writing down his YouTube handle. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Yeah, wish me. Yeah, I'm not giving a shout out to I'm him, and he knows why as well. I'll give I'm him a shout, but I'm not going to give his handle a shout. I don't want to get boosted off off the internet if I could help it. Jake, how you doing, buddy? You all right? We've spoke before, haven't we, pal? Like I will sub you to the channel. Let's have a look. I don't know about the Russian wrestling team, my friend. Are we on about amateur Olympics? Amateur Olympics. Are we on about amateur wrestling? I don't know. But there we go. Let's have Megan Jones. Hi, Megan. Do you believe in the Lord Jesus? Oh, right. How do I say this so it doesn't offend one group and another group? I think there is something out there. I'm not sure if we're completely right as to what it is or our version of what it is. And the truth is, I don't know. But I did lose my father a long, long time ago, and I did ask, whilst he was dying, for a miracle, and I didn't get it. So obviously, yeah, I don't really know how to I don't really know how to answer that, Megan. To be honest, I don't wish to be offensive. Like I said, if any of you are religious, like my missus is a Christian, practicing Christian, and that's fantastic. My missus, my son's a Christian as well. He believes in God and this, that, and the other. Because I asked for the thing that I didn't get, I'm not sure. That's the politest thing I can say. But like I said, no offense to anyone. If whatever your religion, whatever your beliefs are, all of yours, it's all good with anything you believe in the history of the world. There we go. Right. So, brother, hey, depression talk. How are we doing? I was watching your thing earlier, actually, mate. You were in. Oh my god. You were were you in a shed or something like that? Because when I put you on earlier, because basically I had half an hour away from the office, so I ended up looking on YouTube, and I was like, oh, there's depression talk. Oh no, that's it. Were you next to a washing machine or something? I'm swear blind I saw you next to a washing machine. I was trying to repair a washing machine. So I don't know. To be honest, depression talk. I was so tired and literally crawling around the lunchroom, my hands and knees, because I've worked so hard today. It probably wasn't a washing machine, and I probably imagined your stream being on because I was so tired. But yeah, I did catch a little bit of it, so yes, I will attempt to watch a little bit more soon if I can do. Let me have a look. Chris Connor 6377. We will come good in January. Oh no, Chris, we're not talking about them guys, are we? Oh, I thought I had a week off. Oh god. No. I agree, mate. I agree. Would sign Anderson from Forest and obviously get Anderson. I know this is a really stupid comment, Chris, but where's he playing? Obviously, I know where he's playing, but I mean, Wirtz, Jones, Sobersley, McAllister, Gravenberg, our first sort of five choice midfield. Who's he getting? I don't mean that rudely as well. I'm just trying to understand like who's he getting in ahead of would be my thing. I'm not saying obviously he's a very good very good midfielder. I'm just not sure if he does he get the game time. Is he? I mean, is he back up to Gravel Macker maybe? Because I know he can play into quite a few different positions. I've always liked the look of Morgan Gibbs White actually, funny enough, and I've had stick from the lads when I've said that before. But honestly, I think he's actually really good footballer defensively, and he can attack, can put a tackle in, can put a shift in, and he scores a few goals as well. So he's probably the Forest player I'd go for if I could. But yeah, in terms of them, look, dude, we will be absolutely fine eventually. I have no doubt. It's just one of these. Sometimes Liverpool, occasionally, very occasionally, go through one of these spells where we cannot win for love nor money, and it's not just to do with Arne Slot. We've had this with people like, oh, get rid of Slot, blah blah blah, and I get that if that's your opinion, that's fine. But I would say it's not like Jurgen didn't have one of these. I mean, if you actually look back, Jurgen had quite a few. I mean, not I'm not talking 6 or 7, but I can think of at least 4 or 5 off the top of my head where we didn't win for a good 2 or 3 months. So you know what I mean? But yeah, no, we'll be fine, dude. We will be absolutely fine at some point. The Anunnaki. Yeah. Was in my workshop in the that was it. Yeah, I thought you were, mate. I thought you were. Yeah, I think I've just imagined you with a washing machine. I'd no idea. You wait till you see me when I start drinking after this. Yeah. Recently started wood carving, so it's keeping me occupied. Oh, cool, nice one. My son depression talk. He's just what did he say he built the other day? Something like a wood like a wine rack or something like that. And I was like, you are a wine rack? Is that what they're teaching young children in English comprehensive these days? I certainly wasn't building one. I don't think it was a wine rack. I think it was just like a rack that you put like action figures on and so on and so forth. So God knows what it was, but I'm sure I'll have the pleasure of looking at that soon. Yes, let's have a look. Yo, depression talk. Let's see with a different life. Oh, we're getting a nice little community there. It's like a whole big crossover, isn't it? We all just need to subscribe to each other. In that. Oh, in fact, tell you what, light bulb's gone off, folks. There's a way that we could like play this actually. Actually, no, just pretend I didn't say that on a live stream. I was actually thinking of a way of like gaming the system so we could all be like Logan Paul and have like loads of money and have loads of subscribers, but that was a very stupid idea. Just ignore me. Anyway, let's have a look. Chris O'Connor. Ah, right, okay, here we go. Jones ain't good enough. I don't know, Chris. I'm sometimes with Jones, he's one of those that like I can't put my finger on it. You can see the talent's there. It's like if Curtis Jones was crap. I'm an honest bloke, as you can probably guess. If Curtis Jones was crap, I would come out and say he was crap. Simple as that. I wouldn't. I'd get behind him, but I would just say, look, he's not my cup of tea. The boy has got talent. I can't put my finger on it. Whenever he gets in the side and he's doing well, I think the main thing is he ends up when he has a good spell, he always ends up picking like a written injury, and it's like a really random injury. Like it's like that time the other season where he. I'm trying to think what he did. I think he ended up. Did he end up falling over his missus's phone or something like that and banging his head on the couch? It was some sort of thing where he fell over his missus's phone, landed on a couch, and twisted his ankle. And he ends up with really random injuries like that. And any time he's got a run in the side, he ends up stalling. I mean, I think he's a good passer of the ball. I mean, I'd like my one complaint about Jones when he's playing is I'd like to see him get the ball and go. Like, I like his passing, it's good to keep possession, but sometimes I just want to see, right, lad, boom the ball over to Salah, get the ball in the box quickly. We don't need to have all this titting about, excuse my language. At times, sometimes you can just swing the ball into the penalty area. So that's what I mean. I'd just like him to go that little bit faster. But yeah, there we go. Let me have a look. 7 defeats in 9 games. Yeah, no, I agree. But no, 7 defeats in 9 games is just simply isn't good enough. Simply is not good enough. UK into my life. You'll never walk alone always. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Hey, oh God, I need to turn the channel off then. Sorry for this is how disorganised I am today. Solus, hey there again, it's Max. Hey Max, how you doing, mate? You alright? Yeah. We talked the other day, didn't we, on one of the streams? Ah, so you're now what, Solus the YouTuber, I'm assuming that is. David McMahon, boring football. Yeah, I'll get off the football because I'm at what stream am I doing? AEW. That's right. Yeah, I do apologise, David. As some of my peeps here will tell you, if I'm doing some sort of horror review, sometimes that can turn into a review. I don't know, talking about bloody wrestling. If I do a wrestling show, sometimes it ends up being about Liverpool, and then if I do a Liverpool, sometimes it drifts into like I don't know WWE in the Attitude Era. So that's just what's happened with my channel. And do you know what? I kind of like it actually. I like talking about different things, which I will talk to you about in a minute as well. I think I saw you last week. Oh, did you? You're not stalking me, are you, like? As in Leeds where I'm from, or do you mean on the live stream? I don't know. Yeah, if you stalk me, please don't stalk me. No, I'm sure you're not. I'm only messing with you. Don't worry. You caught me when I was doing workshop carving my nut. Yeah. That was it, dude. That was it. I like I said, I went on my break at I can't even remember when I got my break. Bro, I just fell off my bed. I hope you're not injured yourself. Right, folks, I should probably just mention the last match, actually, which I was talking about nearly 10 minutes ago. To be honest, I'm not going to go on that too long because I didn't think it was crap by any stretch of the imagination, but basically they had the men's blood and guts match. So it was all of the Death Riders versus the conglomeration. So obviously you've got Orange Cassidy and like Mark Briscoe and people like that. And Kyle O'Reilly. By the way, again, if any of you don't watch wrestling, check out Kyle O'Reilly. Honestly, what a performer. Absolutely sensational. Like I said, I'm only going to do a bit on this to be honest, because it was Kyle O'Reilly who actually tapped out Moxley for the conglomeration to win. Like I said, it was a good match. I think the women's match just blew it out of the water, to be honest. Absolutely blew it out of the water. I'm just trying to look at some of the spots. Yeah, there was a bit where Wheeler Yuta and Mark Briscoe ended up at the top of the cage. And it was quite funny actually, because I don't know how they did this, but Mark Briscoe on top of the cage ended up getting a hug and throwing it down to Kyle O'Reilly, who then attached a load of steel chairs to this hook. But then, as Briscoe was like levering it up like this, it basically got stuck on the edge of the cage, and he's sat there obviously trying to be in kayfabe and like being the wrestling character. But you could tell through his smile, he was like, "Bloody chairs need to move, for God's sake." Yeah. But eventually he got them over, and then him and Yuta ended up smashing each other with steel chairs. Say one thing. There was a those of you who know Darby Allin, and if once you are AEW fans, obviously you'll know who Darby Allin is. He has this habit of performing these ridiculous stunts where he half ends up killing himself. So he's like an emo version of Cactus Jack, Mick Foley, Mankind, basically. If you don't know Darby Allin. This time, Darby, in his attempt to murder himself, got what happened to him? He got thrown off the top of the stage for a table that was on fire. And I really hope it was gimmicked fire. I really do, because at this point with Darby Allin, I mean, like, I thought Jeff Hardy was bad for this sort of thing. Darby Allin is. I'm not criticising. Obviously, he's a great wrestler and he's a great character, and I do love Darby. But like, it's like, dude, like, there's this phrase in wrestling called a bump card, and bump card, obviously, if you're not a wrestling fan, basically means there's only so many bumps you can take before your body is like smashed in two pieces. And I know I sound like an old man, and I'm like a good 20 years older than Darby Allin. I'm guessing he's 29, 28 or something like that. It's like, Darby, just chill a little bit. You've got a long career ahead of you, and that you don't need to kill yourself on a random Dynamite. So, if you want to check it out, you can do it. It was a really really cool spot. And basically, that's it for AEW, folks. So, like I said, the people who actually do listen to me on YouTube podcast, and thank you to the ones who listen for Dynamite who are actually true AEW fans. I heartily apologise for my coverage of it this evening, and I apologise for the shambolic descriptions. Like I said, I've literally got through Dynamite just as the stream was starting, so I heartily apologise for basically making it sound like crap, essentially. So I will be back on my A game next week when I do Dynamite. But yeah, it's just been a bit of a week, to be completely honest. So it's all good, it's all fine, it's all great. So, yeah, just to say to you guys, as per usual, all my people out there, just thank you very much for watching me as per usual. Obviously, it does mean a lot to me. I really like the fact that we can just like chat now, and there's a group of us, and just like it's really nice to just have a load of really nice people to chat to, genuinely. I'm not just saying that to like sell and stuff. It's really cool that I've met a load of cool people on here that you can just chat to about anything. So honestly, thank you to all of you. Like I said, I wasn't doing so well, and obviously me and Depression Talk have had this talk. Not in person, obviously. I wasn't doing so well earlier in the year. In fact, I'll tell you what, because I keep alluding to this. Basically, for those of you who were watching me earlier in the year, so I was watching a lot of Monday Night Raw, which was on at 3:30 in the morning, and there were one or two comments going, "How the hell's this guy getting up for work? If he's stood watching Raw until such and such time." And basically, the reason was that I was off work with what essentially amounts to being depression. Which I'm over now, absolutely fine, top notch, doing really, really well. But I went through a bit of a stage where I was like, uh, life isn't as cool as it was, sort of thing. It's difficult to explain, to be honest. So I'm just trying to get up my schedule so I can talk to you about less depressing things than me having depression. Yeah, basically, I got diagnosed with stress and anxiety. So I am looking at, I'm sorry not to be rude, I'm just trying to bring up my little schedule. So I got diagnosed with anxiety, something or other. I'm meant to be having like counselling sessions as well. And it's got a specific name, and I know that sounds really bad because I should know the name of my own condition, but I forget what it was. Anyway, I'm meant to be having like sessions and stuff, and like basically I had to have loads of tablets to level me out, basically, because you might have guessed I am a bit hyper, and I can like go off on a tangent and start telling random stories about stuff that has no connection to the thing that I was talking about, and get really hyper and get really low and this, that, and the other. And I always thought that's how normal people kind of were. And when I described it to, obviously I won't say what I've been talking to with the doctor, because obviously it's not really fair with the doctor, but when I spoke to the person I spoke to, the person was like, "How long have you felt like this for?" It's like, "Oh, I don't know, most of my life. Why?" He was like, and the person was like, "I'm not sure everyone feels like that." And I was like, "What do you mean? People get depressed like me all the time, don't they?" They're like, "Not really, no. It's like some people do, but like most people feel like this." And I'm like, "Oh, right." It's like, "Oh, I felt like this since I was 17, since my dad died." Oh, it's like, bingo, there we go. Anyway, so long story short, um, yeah, I wasn't doing so well at the start of the summer. Obviously, like Liverpool in the league really, really helped. Floods of tears with what I was going through and everything. And then we had the trophy parade, which some idiot nearly ruined. That didn't exactly help either. I know it sounds really random, but when Diogo Jota died, I mean, I was doing quite well, and then I heard that, and that just put that spiraled me for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And eventually, like with most of these things, oh, cheers, depression talk, thank you. ADHD, we think not at the moment, but I need to have like more testy things and stuff. The missus has got ADHD, and my son, we're fairly sure he's got ADHD as well. Um, but his might be, he could have something else he's waiting for his tests and this, that, and the other, like kid test that we do. So we're quite an open and honest family about this sort of thing, because like, obviously, you still see a lot of families today who are just like, oh, don't talk about that. But to be honest, my family were like, well, this is the condition. We all need to be aware of it. You know what I mean? And we need to, when someone's feeling stressed, we need to know what the triggers are. And then we just, you know what I mean? If the missus is not doing great, I would just say, me and the son in the other room, you have an hour on your own. She'll go, yep. I was like, right, lad, other room. And vice versa will do it for me. And then sometimes we'll just let him vent and do whatever, basically. And yeah, it's just that's just what you've got to do, basically. Oh yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm having appointments and stuff. Like I said, I'm doing a lot better than I was, but I just to be honest, depression talk. I just had a I don't know if it's midlife, maybe not midlife crisis, but like I think I just had a bit where I was just like, is this it? Just working, paying bills, doing the same thing over and over again, not getting any sleep, going to work, not getting any sleep, spending all your money, not getting to do anything, blah 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 blah. And it's just the same thing over and over again. I think I just hit a wall, pretty much. But yeah, I've kind of come out of it now, and I've learnt a few bits and pieces. And like I said, this brings me to the actual point. Um, this isn't for subscriptions, and I'm not telling you a story. Look, I'm not a liar at the end of the day. And look, the only thing I will say to people is you cannot make this sort of stuff up if you have actually been through it. And I would wish anyone to have been through a lot of the stuff that I've been through this year. But yeah, genuinely, a lot of the help has come from you guys who have subscribed. And again, that's not to get people on my side and get to subscribe so I can earn lots of money. Genuinely, genuinely. Talking to people about Liverpool, talking to people about wrestling, Pride, horror, Comic Cons, toy hunts, which is that was a roundabout way of telling you all my playlists, by the way. Talking about my country, Ghana, which has been really, really cool because I'm wanting to get back into my dad's country and everything. It's just been great. So yeah, yeah, as Vinnie Jones said, it's quite emotional, isn't it? But yeah, long story short, just thank you guys for the summer and the support that I've had from all of yous, like Johnny, like Depression, yeah. I'm him, Mystical Red, loads of other people's names whose names I cannot really remember for the love nor money. Yeah, just honestly, like thanks to all of yous. And I will say this as a man, especially to the lads, not that you need patronising advice from me, but lads, if you are listening, because women are undisputably better at acknowledging these things than men. Men are, well, I don't want to make a sweeping generalisation, but in comparison to women, lads, we are rubbish. We are horrendous about admitting this sort of thing, and I hold my hands up. Like I was always one of these blokes that was just like, right, you go to work, you crack on, you take anything, and you make sure you get back home. You make sure you've got a roof over your head, and you make sure your missus and your son are all right, and whatever happens to you doesn't matter, and you just get through it. Blah 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 blah. And that has cost me in the long run, and because I didn't talk to people about it, and now I do talk to people about it. So, lads especially, and girls out there, if I can leave you with one thing, if you are feeling like you're struggling with anything, and I do mean anything, just take it from someone that's been through this year. Go and speak to someone. You speak to your missus. You speak to. I speak to my son. You know what I mean? Because I'm open and honest. You speak to your husband. You speak to your boyfriend. You speak to an uncle. You speak to a friend. You pick up the phone to any number of the organisations that are out there help you. Speak to a work colleague. Go for a few drinks with one of your best mates, like I did. I've done that. I told all my best mates about this, and they were like, "Why the bloody hell didn't you tell me?" And I'm like, "Oh, because we're all lads, and I didn't want to be embarrassing this, that, and the other." So many hugs, and I've had so many of them proper Yorkshire going, sat there like, "For God's sake, will you tell us, you stupid?" Next time, basically. So people are there for you, and you'll be very, very surprised about the amount of people that go through the same sort of shit as you. So yeah, if you're ever struggling, go and speak to someone, and just don't do the same thing I did. Anyway, I'm aware I'm meant to be entertaining you guys, and this is not entertaining, so I'll go back to the comments. You are both welcome in touch to get in contact, mate. That channel is all about, but we also talk about fun stuff, coping mechanisms, building a like community of people. Oh, thank you, Depression. Yeah, definitely, mate. Definitely. I was thinking of doing something similar with mine kind of thing. I'm not quite sure because I don't want to be like a coach or anything like that and tell everyone about my experiences and like I'm some sort of authority. Like look, I'm a working class lad who just will tell people how it is and like this is what's happened to me. Boom, avoid this if you can do, blah blah blah. But yeah, no, I thought about doing something similar, dude, as well. But yeah, definitely up for that, pal. Definitely up for it. And I will be watching your stuff a lot more, Depression. Um, when this insane year starts getting a bit less insane, because I don't know if anyone's noticed, you know that awful bit where it starts getting to Christmas and you can't move anywhere. There's hundreds of million people in the shop that you just need a pint of milk from. There's people running around in the middle of the streets at 300 miles an hour. You go into a boozer for a quiet pint and there's 300 million people in there with Christmas jumpers already. By the way, I'm not even joking about that. Christmas jumpers already. There was a load of fellas in there earlier in one of the boozers in these. I'm like, surely you cannot be serious. It's like, lads, it's the 14th of November. They're all sat there in full Christmas jumpers. I'm like, I don't believe. Anyway, the point is, it's got to the stage of the year for those of us who are not huge fans of the festive period, not the actual day of Christmas, because I like that, but as in all the stuff beforehand, and everyone starts getting stressed, and they're all stressed about seeing families, and then you have it taken out of your work by randomers that you don't even know, and blah 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 blah. So yes, we've all got to that stage of the year, and it's now it's just chaos now till Christmas basically. But yes, very much looking forward to the festive season and basically having a show and restarting everything over. What did you think about Blood and Guts AEW? A wrestling question. Cool. Susan. Yes, welcome, Susan. Hang on, Susan. Just wait a minute, Mr. Red. Sorry, I don't mean wait a minute. As in, just bear with me a second. Depression talk. I have also had mental health problems. I have Tourette's, which is very annoying. Oh, I'm sorry, Mystical. Oh, dude, you've got my sympathy, mate. Like I was saying to Depression Talk, I've now been diagnosed anxiety, stress mixed in with a bit of depression. Oh, I also have sleep apnea. If we're doing this as a contest, by the way, so sleep apnea, as I'm sure probably Depression Talk knows, is like it's not sleep paralysis, but like basically you sleep overnight and then your breathing stops in the middle of the night. So my missus has monitored me before, and she's literally stood there where I've been asleep because we needed to check what was going on, and I've literally gone like that, as in fully stopping to the point where she's actually been like, "Do I need to get on the phone?" And so I'm now being tested for that as well. Oh, I've also just been confirmed to have diabetes as well, which you won't be surprised to see. So yeah, I'm from someone who was reasonably healthy up until about 7 years ago. All of a sudden, I've hit this brick wall where I've got a million things wrong with me, but it's life, isn't it? Anyway, Susan, yeah, thank you for waiting. What did you think about Blood and Guts AEW? Susan, I thought it was brilliant. Like I said, I don't know if you were here at the start. I really like the Hangman Powerhouse Hobbs match. it was good for what it was. It was really good. I thought the men's blood and guts could have been slightly better. I don't know if I'm being a bit overly critical with that one. I really loved the bit with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat because I used to be a really big Steamboat fan back in the day, and it was great to see him back. He looks in really good shape. I mean, the man's 73 years old, and I'm like, bloody hell, Christ! I wish I looked as good as Ricky now, and I'm like 30 years his junior. But yeah, Susan, the main thing was the women's blood and guts match. Honestly, and I'm not just saying it because the women in this, that, and the other. Genuinely, it's one of my top five wrestling matches this year. I thought it was. I was utterly enthralled by it. I thought it was brilliant. Tony Storm was brilliant in it. Some of the spots there, the bit where Tony Storm's face went smashed into that glass, the bit where Mina, like I was saying earlier, put Megan Bain into a four figure, but with a steel bat in between the legs, and the bit with uh, Marina Shafir where she's walking on practically bare feet on like the glass, and like she picks it up with her foot and smashes it into someone's face. I was just like, what am I watching here? But yeah, honestly, shout out to every single woman in that match. It was absolutely, but shout out to Sky Blue, she was really good as well. My girl Tekla, who is my wrestler of the year at the minute. Honestly, I love that woman. She's honestly, the best thing I say about Tekla is she's a pleasure to watch. She's like a throwback old school wrestler. You know what I mean? As in, like, she commits to the gimmick because you don't want to see someone just being handed a gimmick or handed an angle and they're just acting it. She's living it, and honestly, she is so entertaining to watch. But the highest compliment I can pay to Tekla is she's a credit to the profession. I can't speak more highly of than that. She's a credit to the profession. For me, she's one of the best top five wrestlers in the world at the minute, as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, I thought the men's blood and guts match could have been slightly better, but I love the tap out at the end with Kyle O'Reilly and Mox. I love the way that O'Reilly's getting a bit of a push now because I've been saying for a while he is money. That bloke is an absolute gem of a wrestler. Technically sound, scientific wrestling, psychology, the way he basically puts his shit in. Honestly he's a wonderful, wonderful wrestler. So I really hope they're going to go with Kyle now. But obviously they've got so many people, and obviously you've still got MJF, Will Ospreay, Swerve Strickland, Copeland, possibly DMD. I doubt it very much. You've got all of these great wrestlers still to come back. No, AEW's been. I tell you what, I have to say AEW's been fantastic this year because obviously they went through a bit of a time when obviously they lost Cody, and then there was the whole fiasco with CM Punk, and then there was the ridiculous thing where the Young Bucks released the footage, and it's like I don't understand what I'm meant to be watching here. Some of the match quality went down. Some of the storylines were diabolical for at least a period of 4 or 5 months. But they've had a good reset, and I'd say over the last year, probably a year to 18 months, I think AEW has been absolutely fantastic. I think Osprey and Strickland were key to it as well. Those two are just. I know I've just said Tekla, but they have to be the two best male wrestlers in the world at the minute, along with your people, obviously normal people like Punk and Styles and this, that, and the other. But they are absolutely brilliant. Hangman 2, MJF, best heel in the world, pretty much. Yeah, I think they've had a really, really good year this year, and I am. Cheap plug, by the way. If anyone does want to see any of my AEW stuff, it is in Geek Boy Does Wrestling, which is one of my playlists, one of my many playlists, in fact, on the channel. So I've seen AEW All In 2023, AEW All In at Wembley Stadium 2024, and there's also highlights of Forbidden Door and a vlog from the O2 in London as well, should anyone wish to see it. And also my WWE stuff's on there, so WWE Leeds, WWE Sheffield. Shout out to my boy Jack, by the way. You know you are. Thanks for watching, kid. Yeah, so all the wrestling content's on there basically. If you like the wrestling that I do, it's on Geek Boy Does Wrestling, and there's also Geek Boy Wrestling Story, which is the podcast, which this will end up being a podcast. which I mean, I've never actually listened to my own podcast before because that'd be weird and totally arrogant. But like, because I usually get like, I don't know, an extra 15, 20 people who listen to it as an audio. And I dread to think sometimes, like, they must be listening in the middle of the street going, what the hell is this fat, brummy sounding guy going on about, basically? So, yeah. But yeah, no, shout out to the audio listeners. Depression talk. Samaritans can be helpful. You can take some time to call you back. Yeah. Oh, full time. Oh, nice one, dude. Nice one. That's fantastic, mate. That is absolutely fantastic. No, it's good that you can use your own experiences, especially if you can build it into like an actual viable career as well. That's really, really fantastic, mate. No, all the credit into the world, all the credit in the world to you, mate. That's really admirable. Well done. Mr. Colley, can imagine. Feel free to come and chat 10 a.m. UK every time I go live. Thank you, Depression Talk. Yeah, thank you, Depression Talk. That's, honestly, you're a good man, pal. You're a very good man. Shout out to you. Incidentally, by the way, someone who is not a good man, and I don't usually do this sort of thing at all, but seeing as I'm on, some of you might have been a bit confused yesterday with the short that I dropped, because I don't do political, as you know. I do political writing on my Substack, which is Keep On Meta, again, cheap plug, exactly the same thing. I usually end up writing about the Reds and wrestling, but sometimes I stray into the political arena and taking the mickey out of, how do I put this, certain larger than life personalities who possibly shouldn't be larger than life personalities. And I'm just going to call it out. One of those is the diabolical, vile, revolting, quite frankly, disgusting Megyn Kelly. I'm not going to go on too long about this because obviously this is not what you guys come for, and like, I try to steer away from all that sort of stuff, but sometimes as a dad, I have to speak. I don't, like I said, very, very quickly. The reason I did that short yesterday, because I think, I don't know, it's like 400-500 people have seen it now. The reason I had felt like I had to say something yesterday is I am a father, like a lot of yous will be, and a lot of people who care about the families and this, that, and the other. Obviously, I'm not special. I'm not going to repeat what Miss Kelly said yesterday. You can all go and find out in yourselves in your own time. But I'm struggling to think of a time where I've heard anything more revolting, vile, and disgusting in my entire life. I certainly have never heard a parent in real life talk about the things that the woman was talking about in that manner. I honestly, I've never heard anything like it in my entire life. It's got my gears going a little bit, and like I said, this channel, don't worry, this is not going to become the political channel or anything like that. I do some political stuff, but it's mostly on Substack. But just to say to you guys, basically it's kind of an apology because like I'm usually like football, wrestling, and this, that, and the other. But if there's a thing that I feel morally that I need to comment about, I am going to comment about. And again, it's not to get likes and subscribes and like cause controversy, but yeah, no, the thing that Miss Kelly said yesterday was one of the most disgraceful and appalling things I've ever heard in my entire life, and it was vile. It was brutal. It was disgusting. And as a father, I that there is no level of contempt low enough that I have for that woman. Anyway, there we go. Depression talk. Don't know who she is. Like depression talk. To be honest, you don't know. You don't want to know who she. Put it this way: if when you get off the well, I'm headed off in a minute actually because I want to go and drink some wine. If that makes it. When you finish with me, if you want to type in Megyn Kelly, if you can be so inclined, spelt Megyn, by the way, which is slightly obtuse. That's the wrong word, isn't it? Why did I just say obtuse for? Yeah. If you type in Megyn Kelly And if you know on the where you do the search engines where you just put where it gives you the option of latest news, it will bring up what Miss Kelly said. I'm not going to repeat on my channel because frankly I think it's revolting, and I'm not even going to. Yeah, I don't even want to think about it. It literally turned my stomach yesterday. I'll just, you can probably guess what I'm getting at. As a father, it was one of the most revolting things that I'd ever heard a fellow parent say regarding the protection of children. And how anyone could even make those statements is beyond me. Anyway, that was kind of meant to be a bit of an apology. Like I said, this is not going to turn into a political channel. It's going to be fun Leon Geek Boy Meta, because this is what we're all here for. And I've got to be honest, I don't know about the rest of you guys. I don't like politics, and I don't really want to get involved in it. I'm sick and tired of it, to be honest. So yeah, it's not going to go that way, but just to let you guys know, if there's something that I feel strongly about, then I will just say it. It's not going to be all the time, but yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. So guys, while I've got you, I just wanted to say what I'm up to next week. So I usually let you know about my schedule. So I will be back on tomorrow night. In fact, if you guys get a chance, it was Toy Shorts Friday this evening, so all my cool toy shorts of like collectibles and action figures and geeky things went up at 8 o'clock this evening. I've not checked the figures or anything, but I think there was a couple that have maybe had 300-400 views. I don't know. So I'm gonna have a look in a minute. If you want to check that out, you can do. Tomorrow night I've got an anime vlog for those of you who are interested in anime. From I think it's called Tokyo Toys. It was when I went to Birmingham about 5-6 weeks ago now for my brother's birthday. Really cool little manga anime shop that I went to. Bit geeky, bit like anime-y, lots of cool things like Hero Academia and stuff like that. I kind of dabble in anime, but I don't get fully into anime because I'm already into enough stuff as is. I said to my missus, if I ever got into anime, she's lost me forever, because I could quite happily sit and watch anime like all day. And if you throw in computer games, then I literally wouldn't leave the house. So I try not to watch too much of it. But yeah, there's a vlog of that tomorrow if you want to see it. About 8 o'clock, I think that comes on. I'll be back tomorrow night for the late WWE SmackDown show, and that isn't what it's called. The late night WWE SmackDown reaction show, which I'm just going to change to the SmackDown show because I keep messing the title up. I'll be on about 11 o'clock for that, or just after 11. It depends whenever I can get rid of the wife. She will hear me one day and come down. Like you'll be watching me on live TV, and this random Yorkshire woman will just come along and just go, and I'll just go flying off. Believe me, she'd do it as well. I was wondering where you were. Yeah. Arsenal at the last minute. Champions. Yeah, not for too much longer. Yes. Hello. Yeah. Nice to speak to you as per usual. In Germany. Yes. I was going to say, you said that the other day, didn't you? Are Germany playing tonight, by the way? Are Germany playing tonight? Let me just have a look. Oh, things died. Right. Oh, you won tonight. Oh, nice one. Yeah. Actually, while I think about it, did you see the? Because I'm guessing you're quite young. Oh, I was at the game in Luxembourg. Oh, nice one. Did you ever see Germany play my country by any chance in the 2014 World Cup that you guys actually won? Because still to this day, that's one of the most insane football matches I have ever seen in my entire life. Another recommendation to people, you know what I'm on about there. Another recommendation to people, this is a bit of a random one, this one. If you're ever bored and you were there, oh dude, no. Oh, that's amazing. I ended up watching it in my house. I think my son had been born about 9 months beforehand. And when Ghana actually went in front, my missus came in, The best way I could describe it was me and my brother were sat there, and literally was sat there with my baby, like, yeah, like this, and the baby's going, Mrs. comes along, going, what are you doing to me, son? I was like, oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, not Jamaica, dude. No, yeah, Ghana, mighty Ghana. We lost today, by the way. We lost to Japan. With that Endo was playing in, which was very ironic for obvious reasons. But yeah, honestly, guys, I was just going to say, if what I was just saying to you, if you're stuck for a bit of time, you want something to do with a couple of hours, can I recommend Germany to Ghana too? Like I said, yeah, I know exactly what I'm on about. It was one of the best games of football I've ever seen. Germany were absolutely fantastic. Started off really well, basically played us off the park for about 20, 25 minutes, and then randomly we just ended up steamrolling over Germany. For it wasn't for long, it was for about 20, maybe 20, 15 minutes. Um, oh, oh, nice one, dude. Nice one. Well, not about the ex-father, but yeah. Yes, we Ghanaians, we get all over the place. Yeah, it was like for about 20 minutes we absolutely steamrolled the Germany. Then all of a sudden I think the Germans sort of realised, oh, we're actually losing this, aren't we? And then basically the last 20 minutes we were hanging on for dear life just to try and get the draw. But honestly, it was one of the best matches of football I've ever seen. So do yourself a favour and watch it. Just to say as well, what I'm gonna do, yeah, so SmackDown tomorrow night, 11 o'clock. I'm gonna try and be on Sunday as well. I'm gonna do like a Liverpool international break, anti-break podcasty live stream thing and just talk about what the Reds are up to at the minute. Don't really want to be completely honest, but there we go. Wrestling snoring, boo hiss. Yes, I'll probably be on. I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to go live. It might be about 2 or 3 o'clock, something along them lines. What is going on with Liverpool? Yeah. I have no idea. See what I did there. I have absolutely no idea. I don't understand how. I don't understand how a football team can limit Arsenal, who are probably the best team in the world at the minute, to basically a shot at Anfield, maybe 2 shots, and beat Arsenal, and then lose to Brentford, beat Real Madrid, but then be outplayed by the worst Manchester United team that I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Comfortably beat Aston Villa, get a result at Newcastle, but then lose to. Trying to think who else we lost to. There's a lot of choices. We've lost to a lot. Galatasaray. I'm like, what? So yeah, I don't know. We're just totally inconsistent. Like I said, there's no title for us this year. Absolutely no chance. Like I said, I still think Arsenal will win it. I just wonder because Man City have cut the gap a little bit. One or two of the Arsenal players like oh, not sure about that, but I think Arsenal will win in the end by like 5, 6, 7 points. To be honest. I don't think Liverpool will be anywhere near. If you offered me 5th place now in Champions League football, I think I'd take it. Like no trophies, no nothing. Right? Yeah, 5th place, that'll do, mate. Job done. Move on. Get rid of it. Get rid of the season. Move on and start again next year. Is my assessment of that. And to be honest, I don't even think we'll get that at the minute. It's transition period for the Reds. How long is it going to take them to get out of? I honestly don't know. I do not know. Really do not know. Just before you leave. Oh, just before I leave. Oh, yes, depression talk. Yeah. What is going on with Liverpool? I'm sure. But wait for 22 years. Well, I hope you can wait a little bit longer. Yeah. We end up winning 25 out of the last 27 games. But I don't think you'll have to wait that long because that ain't going to happen at the end of the day. If you catch me carving, I'm not usually chatting about stuff, but otherwise I'm there to get into everything that the channel is about. Oh, yeah, nice one, dude, nice one. Yeah, like I said, I would definitely tune in. I did watch a couple of minutes today, but I ended up having to go into a work meeting. I won't even go into it. It wasn't a good day today, so I'm very looking forward to, no offense to all you guys, I'm looking forward to walking through that door that you can't see in a minute, and I'm going to get out a lovely bottle of Jamshed Shiraz, and to be quite blunt, I'm going to drink the entire bottle. I'm going to thoroughly enjoy. Thoroughly enjoy. Let's have a look. City make me nervous. They should do. Welcome to the club. Yeah. Welcome to the club. Well, obviously you know this yourself because you had the title runners with Man City. It took us a long time to finally beat them. What, 2 or 3 attempts before we finally won it? I mean, to be honest, the 2 times we've won it, we end up just smashing the league. We've not actually won a. This is the one problem with Liverpool. We've never been able to defend the league, and we've also never we've never we've never won a tight race, if you see what I mean, and that's what you have to do to beat Man City. Like I said, the times we've won it in my lifetime, we basically just steamrolled the league. I mean, I just become a Liverpool fan at the tail end of us winning the league in 1990. Yes, that's how old I am. So this is the World Cup 1990, basically. So I caught a little bit of it, but I wasn't really a fan at that point. I was still like a young man, and I think that year, I think Liverpool ended up winning the league by about, God knows, I think it was 8, 9 points or something like that. So it's usually like a procession when Liverpool do it. But yeah, we've never, not never, obviously, we have won close leagues before, like years and years and years ago, but like we've never, since I've been a fan at least, like the 2 title wins we've had since I've been a fan, they've been like processions kind of thing. So yeah, there we go. Solus, how you doing, mate? You alright? I'm alright. Like I said, I'm very much looking forward to my vino. I have an Augustine waiting. Oh, Steiner. Yes, I do like Stein occasionally. And then very, very big glasses that you get. I've always been told, actually, that drinking in Germany is to be recommended, and I have actually always wanted to go. A few of the lads went over to see. Where did they go to? One of my mates has been to St. Pauli. Another one's been to Hamburg. I think they went to go to see Hamburg in a match. A few of my mates have been to see Dortmund as well. I'd love to go and see a match against Dortmund. And obviously, it goes without saying, I'd love to go to Bayern Munich Stadium because that stadium is just like wow. Yeah, I'd definitely like to go and see a Munich match, but I'm guessing that would cost me more than a couple of rubles, to say the least. I'll say goodnight, buddy. Look forward to seeing you here in my feed. Oh, nice one, Depression Talk. Yes, I will definitely be. We'll do a crossover, mate. We'll have to start doing crossovers. I don't know what I mean, but get this thing built up right. Yes, I will definitely be on, dude, at some point as soon as I possibly can be. It definitely won't be tomorrow because my shift with my son until my missus gets back from work at 7 o'clock tonight starts in about 8 hours' time, and he basically takes up the entire day. No, I love him and everything, but yes, don't get to watch stuff when he's about jumping on his father and putting stuff on the head and this, that, and the other. So, I'm all right. How are you? Good. My cat just knocked over a book. Nice one, Solus. Yes. Right, guys. Yeah, just quickly to finish. Yeah, I'll be back on definitely tomorrow. Definitely on Sunday for Liverpool. So it'll be like a beat the international break Liverpool live stream basically. So I'll talk about a couple of bits and pieces like Ekatike scoring and Sobbo's amazing cross and so on and so forth. Tuesday night I'll be back on for Monday Night Raw reaction show, and this time next week or a day back I will definitely be watching AEW Dynamite, and I will actually do the research properly and be able to tell you a good story about Dynamite that I've not done this evening. So like I said, to the Dynamiters out there who actually watch me for the wrestling, especially AEW, I'm really sorry about my descriptions. They were shocking this evening, so I do apologise about that. Also as well, can I just say next Friday, this is probably a bit of a random shout. If any of you like Transformers, as in that was oh, What a shame. What a shame. I thought we'd got through. I thought we'd got run through one of these without a pillar. Anyway, just very very quickly. I don't know if any of you guys are like into Transformers, as in the old school '80s Transformers, and the Transformers of the current era, who battle John Cena sometimes. Um, I've got a vlog coming out when I went to the Transformers store in London at Battersea Power Station. Battersea Power Station. It's like this massive place in Battersea, basically. It's really, really nice. And basically, there was a Transformers store there, and it's got like actual giant Transformers. They're not working Transformers, obviously, because that'd be weird. Because you'd be like, well, why are there Transformers? But yeah, basically, long story short, I've got a vlog of that coming out next Friday. In fact, it's going to be like a whole big Transformers night. So I've got shorts of when I went to the store, and there's loads of cool things like there's a transform that can automatically transform and this, that, and the other. Yeah, so that's next Friday. I'm really proud of that. It's one of the ones that I've done that I actually, because when I do my videos, I'm not Quentin Tarantino by any stretch or Martin Scorsese. Some of my camera work, as you may have seen from my videos, is shocking to be honest. But I'm getting better. I'm trying to improve. So I'm quite proud of this one. So if you want to check that out, that's 8 o'clock next Friday as well. So there's a lot coming up on the channel. Do I have anything? Oh, yes, for the AEW people as well, just very, very quickly. I'm definitely watching AEW Full Gear. So not this Saturday night, but next Saturday night. So UK, it'll be like the early hours of the morning, so I'll end up getting 2 hours sleep. But yes, I would definitely be watching that. I may do a watch along. I'm not too sure. But that's my next big thing that's coming up. Also, as well, just very quickly before I go, I've got a load of stuff coming up towards the end of the year that I'll tell you guys about on the next stream. But I've actually got a new thing that's coming up now. I'm not sure if I can film it. I hope I can. I need to get confirmation, but I'm actually going to like this weird, spooky, horror-y Krampus market. So a lot of you will know that basically I love my horror, and I go to horror conventions and so on and so forth. You can check that out on Keep Boy Does Horror, obviously on my playlist. But yeah, I really love horror, and there's actually a Christmas market in Leeds that's got like those weird horror things. There's a couple of my friends that have got stalls as well. So I'm hoping to do something with that, not live, but I'm hoping to do like a vlog if I can. I want to say it's December the 7th, possibly, which is going to be a bit of an insane weekend actually, because that's the weekend of the World Cup draw, where the mighty Ghana get to find out who they face. Probably AAS national team again, no doubt, knowing our luck. And we've got something on December the 6th, have we? I think there's a Liverpool game. And then on December the 7th, after I've been to this Krampus market, there's also Liverpool's live FA Cup draw, where no doubt we will get Manchester United at Old Trafford or Arsenal at the Emirates, because that's always what happens to us in the FA Cup third round, but we'll see. So, yeah. Anyway, lots of cool stuff coming up. Like I said, if you ever want to see what I'm doing, just go to the if you just go to my page, basically there's like a live stream, like a timetable basically. So anything that I'm up to will usually be there. And yeah, I've got a lot of shows coming up before the end of the year. I want to say I probably put myself down to do another 40 in the next 6 weeks, which does sound like quite a lot now I say that out loud. But yeah, no, it'll be fun. It'll be good. There's lots of cool stuff coming up before Christmas. So yeah, I hope you guys can join me, and thanks for your support as per usual. Let me just have a look. My cat, I need to hold him so he doesn't look anything over. I will leave you to get on with that, Solus. I'm going to try and hold my bottle of wine and hope that doesn't fall over. Oh yes, depression talk. Barely legal. Just looked at what you were talking about. Yeah, like I'm sure depression. You can understand why I did not want to read out what Miss Kelly had been talking about on my live stream, because I find it thoroughly revolting, unethical, diabolical, and I've never heard the likes of it. I've never heard an adult trying to make an argument of that nature. Unfortunately for me, and as someone who's got a son, I can't. I don't want to say, because obviously people without children will also go, that's disgusting, but especially for a parent to come out with something like that when they have children in their own home who they're responsible for. I find it incredible. Genuinely, I do not even have the bloody words. It's frightening. It really is. So that's what I meant. If there is stuff like that using the smallish platform I've got, I will call it out. Simple as that. If there's something I don't feel is right, I will say it. And if people disagree, they're more than welcome to do so. But that sort of thing, it ain't right. It's just not right at all. But there you go. Anyway, always end on a positive note. So, cool. That's one. Right, guys, I'm going to get off because I literally haven't even had any food, much less wine, which I need to go and order now from a takeaway. Not that you guys need to know that, but yeah, genuinely, depression talk, especially to you as well. Thanks so much, mate. And I would definitely watch your channel. Mystical Red, I'm going to subscribe to you as soon as I get off, if I can work out how to do it. Because I couldn't subscribe to Depression Talk for about a week because God knows what I was doing wrong. But yes, I will try and subscribe to you now as soon as I get off. And thank all of you for watching. It's great that we've got a little community. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for what you've done for me in the summer. I really, really do mean it. It's got me through. It's got me through a shit time, basically. So thank you very much for subscribing and thank you for just being there for us. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, Depression. I'm going to enjoy my wine now. Right, guys. I will see you tomorrow night about 11 o'clock. Take care and enjoy your weekend. Bye bye.